Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello students, how are you today? I hope you all fine. Okay, I'm very well today. I feel very great. So who is not coming today? Okay, let me check the attendance list. Mirna, Andy, Nora. Okay. Okay, please, who's the chairman? Okay, Andy, can you please send me who is not the who is not coming today? Okay, thank you. All right. So, welcome to Business English class. In this meeting, we would like to learn about writing a cover letter. Before starting our lesson today, anybody knows what is cover letter means? Okay, no one knows. Okay, a cover letter is a document sent with your resume to provide additional information on your skills and experience. So, for example, when you want to apply for a job or for your further study, when you want to send an email, it contains a cover letter. You will send a cover letter. Okay? Alright. That's a cover letter, the definition of cover letter. Okay. In writing this cover letter, we have some steps. We will learn after this. But before learning the steps and going to learn and to practice how to write a cover letter, let me also explain to you that the cover letter is the document that accompanies your CV. Alright, that I have explained to you before. When you want to apply for a job, you send an email. Yeah, it accompanies your CV when you are applying for a job. And it contains approximately 200 until 250 words with a quite rigid structure and has the layout of a letter. Okay, so why do you think we need to write or to send a cover letter? Anybody knows? Okay, so the purpose of a cover letter is to introduce and present your resume to the HR personnel of or the recruiter when you find job applicants or job vacancies. You send your cover letter to the email and accompanied by your CV also. It is sent to the recruiter. So in sending this cover letter, the purpose is to introduce and to present your resume, and then it also to land you the interview for that dream job that you wanted, and also it increases the chances of getting the job. It really help you to get a job actually. Alright, in this meeting we're not going to practice writing a cover letter, but I will show you the structure that contains in writing a cover letter. Okay, in the next meeting we will going to practice, and I will send you the example of a cover letter, and I will give you the assignment in the end of the class. Okay. In writing a cover letter, it contains first header, okay. So a cover letter should begin with both you and the employer's contact information, and also in headers it contains the name, address, name, for example, address, phone number, email, and also the date. That's the first part. That's the header, the upper parts of cover letter. Okay. And then if this an email rather than an actual letter, it includes your contact information at the end of the letter after your signature. Okay. And then the second one, next, after writing the date and the name, address, phone number, for example, but sometimes most of us use to write the date, the date and the month and the year, and then jump into the second part, which is salutation. So when you begin writing a cover letter, it includes the salutation. The salutation, for example, consists of writing the name of the recruiter or the company you're approaching. For example, Mr. blah blah blah, Miss blah blah blah. But and after Mr. comma, you will put the last name. The last name of the person. However, if you're confused or you're unsure whether the recruiter is a female or male, you can use their full name. For example, dear dear Robert Hall, for example. Just write the full name. However, if you know the recruiter is female or male, you can use the shorter one, Mr. and his or her last name. For example, Mr. Phillips or Miss Diana. Alright. And then the third one is the body. The body part. In a paragraph or two, explain why you are interested in the job and why you make an excellent candidate for the position. And don't forget also mention the specific qualification listed in the job posting and explain how you meet those qualifications. and do not simply restate your resume, but provide specific examples that demonstrate your abilities. It really helps you to get your dream job. You should mention the specific one. Do not overuse or restate or repeat the same words or the same sentences. Just mention the specific qualification that listed in the job posting, um, and explain why it suits your position, and explains your qualifications, of course. And then the fourth is closing. Okay, in closing, um, in the closing section of writing a cover letter, restate how your skills make you a strong fit for the company, or the position. I'm sorry, or the position that you want to apply. State that you would like the opportunity to interview or discuss employment opportunities, and also explain why you will do to follow up, and when you will do it. And then in the final part, you will thank the employer for his or her consideration. In this part, for many of us, many of the writer of cover letter uses a thank you for your consideration. Do not forget to thank the recruiter in the final parts, in the final section of writing a cover letter. And then finally, you will have to do a signature. Yeah, you will sign here. Signature. All right. Use a complimentary clause, and then end your cover letter with your signature, handwritten, followed by your type name. For example, Farah Diana, and then you just sign. Okay, just sign like this. If this is an email, simply include your type name. So you can just type, and then it followed by your contact information after the complimentary clause. If this is type, you can just type your name, and then do not forget to include your contact information. For example, your email, your phone number. Okay, so anybody have questions? So these are the three sections, the four sections in writing a cover letter. First, header, salutation, body, and closing. Alright, so after this class, I want the chairman to divide all of you into 4 groups, and I will like you to discuss the topic that we are discussing today, and I will divide you and give you 1 topic for each group. Okay, after the chairman dividing the groups, inform me. The first group will use the topic header, The second will discuss about salutation. The third group discussing about body. The fourth group discussing about the closing. Okay, am I clear? All right. Okay. So I think this is all for today. In the next meeting, I will give you some materials before going into the class. You will have to read the materials, and I will ask you one by one, and we are going to practice how to write a cover letter correctly. Alright? Is there any questions? Okay, next week, before going to practice how to write the example of a cover letter, I will ask you, all of the groups, to perform the discussions that you have discussed based on the topic that I have divided to you. Okay, is that clear? Alright. So, anyone can conclude what I have explained? Very good. Thank you. Thank you for your cooperating. Before leaving the class, let me say thank you for your attention. I'm sorry if I have many mistakes in explaining. Inshallah, we will meet again next meeting. Okay, I want you to practice yourself at home before I'm going to tell you. I'm going to give you the real explanation of example in writing cover letter. I want you first to look at it at home and search by yourself and study it by yourself. And the next meeting, I am sure that we can discuss it easier if you know what I'm going to explain to you. Alright, so I'm ending the class and I'm leaving. Thank you for today. See you the next meeting, inshallah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.